You're listening to Combat Radio with Ethan Dettenmaier, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Ah, the Alkaholiks.
Oh, yeah.
People like to attach the word legend to that band.
Legend. Oh, man, I'm still here. We're still here.
With us is J-Ro of Alkaholiks fame.
What's up?
What do you have to say for yourself today, buddy?
Oh, man, I'm recovering from a performance last night.
You performed on Cinco de Mayo. So.
Yeah,
Were you
on
having a
Cinco de
drink
Mayo.
last night, by any chance?
Yeah, there were a few that were handed to me, actually.
Let me ask, real quick, I mean, there's some real educated questions that are going to hit you from this room because we got Tommy here and Tom. But I got a question for you. The name Alkaholiks, where's that come from? What is that indicative of?
Well, we're part of a crew called the Liquid Crew, and the godfather of the Liquid Crew, his name is King T.
Mm-hmm.
He gave us that name, and because he was known for doing beer commercials and talking about drinking and throwing up and stuff like that. So
My kind of guy.
he was like, my
Mine too.
crew has to be called the Alkaholiks. You know, we was like, yeah, we're perfect for that.
That name didn't, become scribed from the back of the church.
We didn't think about it, but one thing he said was, no one will forget this name. You know, when you said they might not know your music, but they'll be like, yeah, I heard of the Alkaholiks. So
Yeah, no, I have to agree with you.
He was right with that one. So.
Your crew is in Dubai, I heard, this week.
Dubai, yeah, my homies, the Dog Pound and Snoop and them, man. Those are my bros. They're in Dubai. They just flew from Amsterdam to Dubai, actually. So
Snoop's going to be calling us. He's got a couple of things he wants you to handle while he's out of town.
that's what's up, man.
Amsterdam and
I
Snoop,
got
that's
it.
a good combination.
Yeah, Why are you saying that? I wonder. I'm curious.
I think he has his own runway at the airport.
Does he?
Actually, yeah.
Does he have the big purple plane?
that's
Soul
hilarious.
plane.
That is
Coffee shop has a whole new meaning in Amsterdam.
Exactly.
Hey, Tom, you're a bit of a legend in the music business. You handle some high-profile acts from a management standpoint. I don't know if you want to say who they are.
Manzarek and Krieger from The Doors, Cult, Masters of Reality, a bunch of really Clarence Clemens of the E Street Band.
No, nice. But you had a good question. You had a real industry question for this guy, which was, and you asked it off air, but I'd like you to repeat it for him.
Yeah, I mean we're seeing a shift in urban music and hip hop music. I mean it all basically sort of started out of the idea of sampling. And I think as it's grown, and we're looking at a music genre that has like a 25-year history now, like a lot of people look at it as being new. But when you go back and you look at Grandmaster Flash, if you look at Big Daddy Kane, whatever you're talking about, these pioneers that are basically did a lot of sampling. Basically, it was a guy sampling songs and talking over it.
Yeah.
And now we have these cats that are on the scene that are just they're musically geniuses now. I mean, these cats they're playing their instruments.
You see a lot of live performers now behind the artists
right.
doing rap and hip hop. You see a lot of live
now,
performers.
yeah, a lot of people want to get into the band thing, but actually, when hip hop first started, it was a lot of bands. The music was live. If you think of The Message, Grandmaster Flash, that was a live band playing. You know. All of Houdini stuff, Curtis Blow, and I actually was able to talk to Curtis Blow about that. He said it was just these certain session players going around doing everybody's stuff.
But weren't they like playing? Wasn't the music more loop oriented as opposed to going to the bridge or?
No, it was more like you had what's the Sugar Hill Gang song?
Right.
You know, that was pretty much. What we would call sampling now, because they just use Good Times.
Right.
You know?
Good choice, by the way.
Yeah, it was
Great choice.
I think they made a great decision with that one.
Yeah.
But it turned more into, and I was talking about that. I think that's the forgotten part of hip hop. Actually, these bands and these players that were playing all of this.
It was
music.
there really early on, but then it sort of shifted into kind of
because sampling
bars,
actually didn't start until the mid '80s. Where they started actually using samplers and stuff.
Like the MPC, you know?
Yeah, the SP1200. Because before that, they had a thing called an emulator. And it was like
That's hilarious.
1,000 pounds and it cost
emulator.
Equipment always starts off that way, isn't it?
It was like
Now it fits in your pocket.
You press the button and you can only sample like 3 seconds and it'll be all fuzzy.
Featuring 16 megabytes of
Your electronic juice.
That was genius back then. We were amazed, like, whoa!
megabytes? Are you kidding me?
Isn't it crazy how in every genre the pioneers don't get paid?
Yes. Yeah.
That is crazy. Even going all the way back, even in rock and roll, like the Kinks, man. Those guys were broke.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
They just don't get paid.
Everybody gets screwed up.
I mean, you go back to Robert Johnson and, you know, the black bluesman who just pioneered everything.
All the
Those guys just got totally screwed.
Oh, that's what Keith Richards was saying, actually. At one point, he's saying that he doesn't own Satisfaction. He doesn't own any of the hits.
You're listening to Combat Radio with Ethan Dettenmaier, right here on LA Talk Radio.